This is really important. How many of you have gone to the store and found out things are more expensive than they were? Right? Jera came home the other day. I didn't prompt it at all. She came in. She had like these little bags. And she set them on the counter. She turns around and goes, "You can't believe how expensive everything is." My daughter flew in from out of state. And she went over to one of the local grocery stores, one of the super grocery stores around. And she came back and says, "Your stores are empty." She said, "There's no milk there." I mean, she's just going, I'm telling you, we got some serious problems. But the people who are creating the problems and facilitating the problems are thinking they're going to give us the answers to these problems. Fascinating. And so I want to just show you a little quick video clip because digital currency is coming up. We've talked about back in March 9th, the president encouraging a digital currency here in the United States, and that has huge implications. You say, why is this important? Because the book of Proverbs says, a wise man sees danger and turns away. It says, the book of Proverbs, that a wise person makes a plan and has an advantage. You say, well, I don't want to hear about it. Okay, then you can't have a plan and have an advantage. Go ahead, be disadvantaged. Turn to someone, say, be disadvantaged. I mean, seriously, right? So anyways, so here's just a little thought. By the way, Jesus gives 2,200 verses on the subject of money. So this is pretty significant. Anyways, here you go.
So cash is not disappearing here in the United States. We still use cash quite a lot. It is declining, not in absolute terms, but compared to non-cash payments, it's declining. And we're motivated by really what Christine was saying, to look very carefully at the potential costs and benefits of issuing a central bank digital currency here in the United States. So we agree that the central bank has always provided the stable, trusted anchor for the currency. That's really perhaps our most fundamental role as central banks, one of the most fundamental roles anyway. So we're looking at it very carefully. We're evaluating both the policy issues and the technology issues, and we're doing that with a very broad scope. We have not decided to proceed, and we don't see ourselves as making that decision for some time. We see ourselves as working in collaboration with both Congress, of course, but also with the executive branch, which brings expertise to many of the issues that we have to deal with here. And at the end of the day, we will need approval from both the executive branch and Congress to move ahead with a central bank digital currency.
Now, there's a lot of things I'd like to talk to you about. Central bank digital currency, central bank creating a stable currency. You just printed trillions of dollars and you're telling us about how that's your central job. You didn't do it, obviously. But I was just blown away, and I point this out because you gotta think, friends, when you hear things. He says, we're talking about central bank, digital currency, Congress has to be involved, legislative branch has to be involved, and also the executive branch has to be involved. And if you caught the last words there, the executive branch brings a lot of expertise in this area. I nearly fell out of my chair when I heard that. And the reason is, in order to be an expert at something, you have to have done it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like if I said I'm an expert on playing the piano, I probably have done it before. Does that make sense? No one in the executive branch, in fact, no one in the country is an expert on digital currency because none of us have ever implemented a digital currency. Do you understand the irony of that? 14 days to slow the spread, I'm just telling you. Anyways, so think when you hear these things. Don't just suck it in. And remember this, as things unfold, have a plan, lean into the Lord. Jesus said, be anxious for nothing in Matthew 6 times. And then he says, look at the birds, God feeds them. And then he says, get your priorities right. What's your priorities? Seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and what? All these things will be added unto you. So priority, 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 and honor Jesus.